Hello everybody, welcome to another Flyover live stream. This is our live stream number 23 for this particular stream. So there's a few clouds about. We had a little bit of a delay waiting for some clouds to clear. So we're looks like, how are we going? Looks like we're near the edge of at the hold off position on the runway. Ready for takeoff. So we're getting our engines running up, making sure all the T's and P's are in the right spot. And we're in the what are we in today? We're in 9 Delta Whiskey, which is the 172 November skyline. So we got someone to thank for that, don't we, Matt, for the bit of extra money?
We do. MS Wadley sent us $150 through PayPal for the upgrade. So thank you so much for that. We greatly appreciate it. Also, we had Turtle Sanctuary send a $10 super chat while we were waiting and saying beers while you wait. I don't think we'll be doing that, but maybe after. And we had All for One sending one gifted membership as well.
Yeah, no, beer's not a good idea. That's not so good.
And Woodworker Don sending 5 gifted memberships.
Oh, it's a nice look at the instrument panel. Awesome. How are we on the runway? Oh, we're airborne. Cool. We don't have that camera, do we? Live?
We do not have an inside camera this week.
Okay, cool. We've got a basic 6-pack here in front of us here. With the airspeed indicator. In the green's good. Lower than the green's bad. And red's bad. And the orange is only if you're still in, as long as it's not turbulent, you can go up into the orange. Attitude indicator, altimeter, turn coordinator. So if the ball's off to the left a bit, you got to step on your left rudder a little bit. That's like a direction, it's actually a gyro compass and a vertical speed indicator. So we're climbing right now. That needle will show positive, probably around 500 feet per minute. I think this airplane can climb out at. I should already have images even. We nearly went for flying the Black Hawk now. That was just sitting on the airport. That's a medical one, yeah.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
It's red.
could be a search and rescue one. There are many different variants of UH-60s.
Big thanks to our very own Astro Joe for sending 1 gifted memberships, and Drew Nar sending a gifted membership as well.
Awesome. Well, someone's saying Matt's audio needs turning up. I don't know. How's everyone going with? Okay, so Steph's 5x5, Matt's 2x5.
I'll get that turned up.
We can hear you in Discord perfectly,
Yeah,
Matt.
in Discord you sound great.
Yeah. Thank you, chat.
We're gonna have to fire that
get
producer.
that. Yeah, I reckon. Nah, it goes right there, matey. It's always good for chat to give us some feedback like that, because otherwise we can't really tell. So thanks for that, chat. Now remember, Mauricio, you got to stay under. What was it? Under 100 mile an hour, was it? Or Starlink will get upset. Oh, it's a good amount of people in Patreon here on Discord right now. Good on you. Thank you all once again for your continued support.
Hey, Steph, I heard about that 100-mile-an-hour thing, but I didn't look into the details. Why? What is the reasoning for not? They want people to use the flight one, or what's the reason?
It's a different plan. Once, and maybe because it's an aircraft plan. I think they realise that you're in an aircraft and it's a different plan.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
like,
More money.
it, yeah, it kicks it up to like $250 a month. So yeah, we want to try and avoid that.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like
All right, let's see if that's any better for you guys.
Okay, we get another sound check in chat, please. Actually, while we're there, Matt, you got a couple of things to read out.
Yeah, we got Matt's Mike Alpha Tango Sierra, RGV flight supporter for 1 month now. Awesome. And Johnny Bubba's with a $4.20 euro super chat. So thanks for that. And looks like the audio is better, so perfect.
Cool, yep. Yeah, the speed limit's 100 mile an hour. So it's about, I think that's about, it's like 80 odd knots. I think it is 100 mile an hour. I'd have to do a quick conversion. All right, there's some photos coming in from the port. Let's have a quick look if we can see that. There it is over here. We noticed in last week's extended show they're doing some upgrades to the port that's at the very end of the dock that's at the very end of the port. And SpaceX may use it. There was some paperwork we read. Why is the video a bit choppy? Yeah, sometimes the Starlink gets a little tiny bit choppy at speed. Yeah, it's okay.
I can answer that in a little bit more depth, actually. So apparently, with Starlink, they ask that you go under 100 miles per hour with the service that we have. If we go above that, then we have to actually upgrade to a much more expensive plan. So we're kind of trying to stay under that and see if we can get away with it, because the more expensive plan is literally 5 times more expensive than what we're paying right now, and we'd rather not have to do that if possible.
Okay.
We should get it for free because they're getting good usage out of this, I'm sure.
aim.
This is a Starlink commercial too. You know, we're selling them units, so we should get it. We should get paid for it.
What's that old adage?
Oh.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, every day would be Christmas?
Wow, look up close and personal on the JFK there. Ex-JFK. I can seem to see right up into the catapult workings a little bit.
We're getting another U.S. Navy ship coming. Not a carrier, but an old amphibious transport. I forget the name of the ship now. It's leaving. It left Philadelphia Naval Yard. It has a bunch of old Iowa class battleship spare parts on it, and it's coming to Brownsville for scrapping. So
Brownsville's getting another naval vessel. I see. Cool.
yeah, for scrapping.
So last time we were talking about the anchor and the dangers of it and how crazy it is when you watch one let go. I was talking to a buddy of mine at work. He's former Navy. He did 15 years, 10 on an aircraft carrier, and I don't remember the other ones. I think it was a medical ship. But he said that on the aircraft carrier, the anchor team other than the flight, is the most trained and rehearsed other than anybody on the flight deck. Flight deck's the most, but he says that they trained constantly so that nobody was in the wrong place. Everybody knew who to check. He said it was crazy loud and just made your heart beat every time.
That's a pretty big chunk of steel you're chucking overboard to to try to stop or slow down an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, in a semi-controlled sort of manually chucking it overboard too.
Yeah, they just got tons of procedures and how they do it and which order goes, just for obvious reasons. But yeah, he said they were the second most trained and rehearsed other than anybody else, any other crew on the flight deck.
Well, they've got some interesting graphic on the, I guess that's the anchor chain tube. They've got like fire, like Elon flames. Oh, Matt, I've got your flu, I think, Matt.
No.
Is that who gave it to us?
It wasn't me. You can't prove anything.
Nobody saw you do it.
Let's see how it goes. So far, so good. I got some regulars, Papa G and Sharpie. I see Astro Joe in chat. Izada. I see Izada on a few different streams I'm involved with. I see a few of yous on a few different streams I'm involved with, actually.
Hopefully we're not losing our video stream here. And we lost it.
Oh dear. Okay, so just hang 5. We'll see if we can get it back.
Yeah, we'll keep with the pictures for now at the moment.
Who's one? Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
No, you go.
I said, who's volunteering to describe every single thing that we might be seeing on this flyover, seeing as we haven't got the video of it now?
We are
Okay,
now
over it.
flying over
Volunteering.
the ground. What?
So over at Massey's, they've been moving the 39.1 test tank around.
For whatever reason.
Oh no, it seems to have went for a trip up the driveway and back again, and then where
Like
is it now?
It's at Massey's.
Oh, so is it back near the can crushers?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
yeah, that's where it is. I don't know. They moved it up the road twice during 39 testing, but 39 didn't really test that much either. It was really, really weird. I didn't really get what they were doing.
It's been a
The
nice little
flames.
indicator, though.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jake.
I say, yeah, the tank moving's been a nice little indicator. It's giving us a clue of when more Ship 39 testing might have been happening.
What else are we going to see? Well, we're not quite going to see Booster 19, are we? We'll see Is the transport stand still in the ring yard?
Yeah, it is.
I haven't actually looked at the cameras this morning yet.
It's still in the ring yard. 19's still in the bay, and they're still doing stuff to it, so that's why it's not out yet. It's not ready. So
At the launch pad, we're going to see a much cleaner around the launch mount too. I noticed a lot of stuff has been cleared out of that area. Getting ready for Booster 19's. Well, I suppose the GSC commissioning / static fire / everything test. I'll be curious if we see that tower, that one last pipe connection in the pump farm.
So Mauricio just updated and said that working on getting up to altitude, and then they're going to slow it down a little bit. We should be able to get the video feedback, hopefully.
Oh, they actually dropped us buoy this time. Ooh.
Any new pictures?
Let's have a look. No, because the Starlink's still not working. Let's have a quick look at the airport. Oh, so there's a heap of new stuff.
Yeah, they are stacking that material.
Is that more stacking material? Is that what that is? Stacking racks?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
looks like it.
Pallet racking.
Was that what was at the other end of this site last week? Is that right?
Yeah, it was some of the stuff that they were moving. I think they're just running out of ground space, so they're working on making it a little bit nicer.
Is that some of it there? So no photos are coming through, no. So just bear with us here. So any predictions when Booster 19 gets to the launch site? How many days till we actually see a static fire? I understand we've been seeing some commodities being delivered through the week.
Static fire next week.
Probably near the end of next week of the year, just I'd say for the actual static fire test.
Yeah, they'll want to go through and do just load and unload tests first, I'd imagine.
This whole next week will be just loading, unloading, testing, all that fun jazz for a while. Yeah.
I can't wait to see a picture from underneath of all those Raptor 3s.
It's not like they've been testing the tank farm loading unloading for the last 4 or 5 months, but
They'll want to test it with a vehicle still.
you really don't. I mean, the vehicle sensors will tell you the tank levels. Your sensors will tell you how much you've pumped in. How often do you unfill your car tank?
Every time it gets below 3/4.
But then you drain it and fill it again, and drain it and fill it again.
Exactly, I do.
Okay, well,
yeah,
we're all different then.
Ryan's different. He likes spending money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're doing a detank test as well, so maybe you get the pump to run backwards.
Exactly, but that's how it works, isn't it? Am I doing it wrong?
I've been doing it wrong the whole time, is what I'm discovering.
The Ryan Weber touch, awesome, good to hear.
Okay. I mean, if I only could get my car to run backwards to run my house off of, that'd be grand.
There you go.
I want bi-directional charging.
We got our live view back now, finally.
Oh, cool, we'll have some photos. How's it looking? Oh, yeah, a little bit hazy. We'll be right. There's still not really any new photos yet.
Yeah, he said he actually wasn't taking pictures for a little bit. They were working on finding a hole in the clouds.
Okay, cool. Oh, way over Port Isabel anyway.
Yeah, it's a little bit hazy, but not terrible.
So where are we looking at? The left wing. Okay, so Port Isabel should be pretty close to underneath us. Might be coming up on our left wing there.
Want to remind everybody to please hit that like button for us. Help us stroke the algorithm a little bit and be seen by more eyeballs.
There we go. Looking out over the Gulf. So I'm guessing that's Port Isabel, and then past La Padre Island, out into the south La Padre Island, out into the Gulf. Our little camera out there on the wing, a little GoPro out there. I like it when we get bits of the aeroplane in the photos every now and again. My F-150 gets me from one gas station to the next. Yeah. There's quite a few large engine capacity trucks out there. Okay, stand by. We'll get some photos of the launch site soon, I'd say. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, yeah. Coming past Port Isabel now. How are we going for altitude? Only at altitude, 5,500 feet. We're doing 67 knots. So Starlink should be coming through. Oh, it's coming through, yeah. Just a little bit patchy still.
Yeah, our limit is 87 knots, so we are a bit under that, so that's good.
So stall speed would be just under 50 knots. I think that's a true airspeed indicator out up the top there. You can adjust it. Yeah, that might be true airspeed indicator outside. So as you go up in altitude, your true airspeed or your increases a little bit because as the air gets thinner, you go through the air a little bit quicker. Oh, nice photo of the dash there. That's why I'm waiting for photos to come through. Got COM1 and COM2 and NAV1 and NAV2. So you've got your frequency you're actually talking on, and then you've got NAV1 and COM1, so we don't have a COM2. COM1, you've got the frequency you're actually talking at, and next to it's a frequency that you're gonna switch to next, and you just push a button. Where's the button? There's a button just here. You push and it swaps those frequencies over, and this one then becomes the active frequency. And your navigation frequency, that's running this gauge here.
Your navcom is usually running the frequency of the ILS.
Yeah, or
VOR, ILS VOR.
yeah.
Yeah, and then your usually the swap frequency button is like right in between the frequencies. You just swap
Yeah.
your active and your standby.
Actually, BLR's that gauge up top, sorry, with that. OBS.
Turtle Sanctuary sending an $8.87 super chat saying, hope you're staying warm in Australia. Here's for a hot chocolate.
In Australia, no worries. We're staying very warm in Australia. It's very warm over here. I'm still in the mid sort of 30s Celsius, so I'm not sure what that is to you guys in American talks. Probably around, I don't know, 60, 70 odd. I don't know. We've just started autumn. We start autumn on the 1st of March because that's the way we do it over here. So it's officially autumn over here, or you guys would call it fall, I guess. So just soon, all the daylight savings times are going to change in America and in Australia, which means things change by what time I get online. So normally, say the live stream on the weekend, it'd be 5 o'clock in the morning for me. It'll now become 3 o'clock in the morning for me now. $28 is $82. Yeah, okay, yeah. We've been blessed with a few. We've been very lucky with a few inches of rain over the last few weeks, which we desperately needed. So around, I don't know, 150 to 200 mil down here where I live. The whole of Central Australia right now, all that desert country is all green right now. It's had massive amounts of rain out in the outback of Australia, which is very, very rare.
Do you guys have Groundhog's Day out there?
No, not at all.
Do they have
You're not
groundhog?
even real people.
We might have a wombat day. I don't know. No, we don't have wombat. No, we only really have like the King's birthday weekend, sort of like your 4th of July. We have Australia Day, which is probably a bit more like your 4th of July, actually.
Do you even know what Groundhog's Day is?
Well, isn't it something to do with you ask a groundhog what the weather's going to be or something silly?
It's sort of.
Pretty much, yeah.
Something
It's a Bill
silly
Murray
sounds about
movie.
right.
That's about as accurate as the weather forecaster. Come on.
Right? I've always thought I would love to be able to do my job with the accuracy of a weather forecaster and be good about it because, 20% chance I put oil in your car today, but it doesn't matter because you're coming back tomorrow for the same thing.
And yes, Alex, that movie is fantastic. By the way, Yazada sent a $5 super chat saying towards RGV's fuel and Starlink bill. Thank you so much.
No, we tend to use the Bureau of Meteorology for our weather forecast in Australia. But like you say, they're not always that accurate. It's not bad though. They're pretty good. You used to have them too these days, have weather radars, so rain radars, so you can sort of tell instant sort of weather. But yeah, looking forward forecast. Yeah, meteorology is a little bit of an art for sure.
Art,
So I can see
aka
one of the
guessing game.
So, yeah. Obviously, one of the booster transport stands is missing from its spot, so I think we can just see it coming over there.
One of the new ship transport stands is also over in SPMT.
Yeah, they moved it into Mega Bay 2 for a little bit, likely to put ship 40 on it to do a fit check, and then rolled it out and put 40 on the center stand.
Nice.
Another big thanks to Sharpie for the $5 super chat saying pitching in for fuel.
Oh, that's awesome, everybody. Good on you. Really appreciate it.
The cladding transport for Gigabay is almost done being built at Sanchez.
Yeah. Where's that? Where's that?
The big empty square. where they built the ship QD arm.
Second image from the top. Where that one should work too. No, maybe not.
Over there, yeah.
Yeah, second or 6240. Looks like it'll have it.
It's tall. It'd be hard to miss. It's not in that.
Looks like they're starting to build that transport trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. One of them's assembled.
And big thanks to Credence for a $10 super chat saying, here's some money for that cloud drill for days like this.
Oh, that's what the axle thing's for, is it? The cladding, is that right?
Yep.
If you refresh, you have launch site pictures now.
Cool. Refresh.
Andy Alder with a £2 super chat saying, choo choo.
Here we go. Oh, looking nice and clean. Look at that.
A lot of junk cleared out.
Yep.
Still got that last little bit of fungus on top.
Well, that's just for safety is all that is right now.
Yeah.
That's literally the safety scaffolding, and that's it. Otherwise, that's yeah, they took away some of those trailers and other things out of that pad. That's the cleanest we've ever seen that pad before.
Getting
Even
so
the
close.
scaffolding at the trench exits, it's gone.
And that might just depend on if they do a sack fire between now and the next flyover. This might be the cleanest we will ever see it.
Interesting ramp they put. Just
Well, I'm sure
to
if
the
they
right.
go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, if they static fire, it might be cleaner because they're going to be washing and blowing away all the dust.
I got you. I was thinking more from the burn marks from any of the flame burn marks that it might get. But
that roof looks.
I was just about to say that.
Done to be lifted.
Yeah.
The question
Missing
becomes,
one panel.
No, that's not missing a panel. That's a roof axis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They moved the. Did they install or move the side panels?
I think they are moved because I never saw them lifted during the week.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely not installed. They're moved.
I wonder if they'll install the railings on that roof as well before lifting it, or if they'll just install those railings separately.
I think it'll all go. It's a modular piece, so they'll.
So my guess is all the railings will get installed and they lift it. At this rate, though, considering boosters coming out, I have this distinct feeling that this crane is not going to sit here. I think this crane is going to get parked somewhere else.
It backed
I was
up.
just going to ask, where does everyone think it'll go?
I think it'll stay right where it's at, in the shadow of the tower.
They may keep it there during tanking tests, but during a static fire, it'll probably go away.
Stick it on Highway 4. I'm sure no one will have an issue with that.
No one will have an issue with that at all.
And the roof's looking nice. Now, is there a photo of the actual top of that tower? Let me see.
Yeah, from the ground photos, it looked like they put some pegs in the corners for alignment for when they lower it.
Okay. Not nearly.
Looks like the top of the tower is kind of cleaned up compared to what it used to be. I think they're getting close to being ready for it.
Yeah, they moved some of the work platforms to the backsides.
I wouldn't be surprised if they may keep that. They'll probably keep that crane there during the initial 19 testing, and then when they may lift this thing while 19's out there and do the initial install. and then disconnect the crane and move the crane away for a static fire.
I mean, they'll have 19 as a squishy shock absorber if they lose the load and things go completely sideways.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Turtle Sanctuary for another $10 super chat, asking, will the tower now be referred to as Peaky Blinders once it puts its hat on?
Unless it has
Maybe.
googly eyes.
Maybe.
That's all I'm going to view it as now is a hat for the tower.
Yeah.
Paint it red or green. Put a feather in it.
Make it a fez.
Oh, a big Pez dispenser.
A fez, not a pez. Pez.
Oh,
Yes.
A fez, like what
I-
Doctor Who
it's-
made famous.
Yeah, I gotta say it's utterly hilarious how just sitting there not being used, how dirty those deluge water tanks have gotten. Oh man.
a little bit
Well,
of
no,
dust.
I was going to say those 4 bigger ones, they get a nice wash during the deluge testing.
They all get a nice wash with the weird vents.
I think it's good misting more, so it gets dust to stick better.
Yeah, that's kind of what it really does, yeah.
Ooh, and the shoring's in for putting in the storage tank, holding tank.
Yeah, there it
And
is.
yeah,
They dug it back out and put the shoring in.
Looks like they're working on Marvin there.
Finally.
It's in Oakland getting
did-
stripped. Oh wait, did I say that? Sorry.
so the cable's been taken up already, yeah? Desheathed.
I did see they did actually. I think they brought in the machinery yesterday to be able to unwind the cable off those winches.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm assuming it was for that crane there.
Alec, is that the ramp you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. That's taking tape B19 for a spin around the new site.
Yeah.
Or the crane.
They are about
Ah.
3/4 of the way done with the actual trench sheet piles at this rate, give or take. About 3/4 of the way. I don't know if they're going to do the sheet piles for the commodities trench on this one. I know they didn't do it for 39A, but this is a different ground setup, so they might still do it.
37s could be interesting if they are going to use sheet piles.
Considering how built up that thing is.
They've been doing the soil mixing on at least 2 of the sides. It extends out pretty far. And since
They
it's
were
just...
lifting.
Never mind, go on.
They were lifting the tank earlier. Now they got it actually in the hole already.
Oh, in the middle of Flyover. Lol. Yeah, if you look at earlier, they literally are doing it right now. So, that's funny.
Okay, they're starting the other side sheet piles, yep. Oh, they've already got a section done.
Yeah, they're about 3/4 of the way with all the sheet piles combined. They got to hammer in the rest of those, and then they got to do the last half on that side, and then they can start to dig out the trench and start doing tiebacks.
Now let's see. Can we see where they have all that the steel for the bunkers staged? We've seen coming in.
That's right. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. All the bunker steels arriving now.
Yeah, at least for Pad 2, that they didn't start building it until they had already started on excavation. So it's gonna be sitting around getting dirty for a little while.
Did they get rid of that concrete, or
It's
is it just
all
gone over the top of it?
all the I don't even know. I think they got rid of it. There's There's an excavator. You can't see it. You have to go to another side, but they're literally getting rid of all the concrete on the side. There's an excavator going by and just destroying it.
If you look at 625, it shows it. Or at 625 on
Or even
625.
go to 6295. There's a couple of things we can cover on that one. So you can see how they're destroying the side there, and then we can see where the bunker steel is and the new roof steel is, all in one. They've chucked the bunker steel way off to the side here.
Yeah, probably smart. Keep it out of the way.
They're really flattening out this area because they're going to stage a bunch of steel and everything here. Is my guess. This is going to be their staging area for all the bunker stuff, all the trench steel. Trench walls and everything else.
Yeah. The walls for they aren't rebuilding the tower, so never mind. It's sort of the walls for the tower foundation, but no, they're keeping the old tower still.
Well, they'll have to put in the new backside of the tower at some point. I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's at some point.
And we got Turtle Sanctuary with another super chat for $5, asking, why is Tower 1 flame trench pointed directly at the ASU? Will that cause any problems?
I mean, the exhaust shouldn't be that bad by the time it gets to that point, considering how much water they have, how much the sound should be deadened at that point.
Plus, it's coming out of the trench at a pretty decent angle, too.
I don't think it'll be an issue. If they thought it would be an issue, they wouldn't put it there.
Yeah.
I think they learned their lesson after putting vertical tanks in the way of exhaust. I don't think it'd be that much of a problem.
It's all part of the plan. It's in the plan. It really has to be that way, I guess. I mean, they could have maybe put it that way. They changed. Well, they couldn't really because the chopsticks. It has to be on that corner for the chopsticks, doesn't it?
They have to rebuild the entire tower to flip it the
other way. What are they augering there between the new methane tanks and the old ones?
More supports for another tank.
Yeah,
maybe.
Dang it! Right as Alex left.
Yeah, more tanks. I cut him off. I don't mean to talk over people.
Yeah, no problem.
That's a weird. It's not the way they've been doing it in the past, though. Usually they use CFA piles. That's why it's curious. They're using a drill with a large. Huh.
It could be slightly different soil conditions right there. Because it's trying to think who's.
I don't know. They've been using the CFA pile literally everywhere in Starbase, so I don't know what would be so different that they would use this. But I don't know that much about construction.
Because I think the other tanks were over where those sit was under the original vertical tanks, and I think where the drill rig wasn't. So I was gonna say maybe it has something to do with that, but no, you're right. They've used CFA everywhere else, so
that right there,
one spot, I don't know.
Used to be where the methane pump farm was.
Yeah. So
well, and the methane reclamation tank and the recondenser and all that jazz.
It's another set of piles because there's the pile. Look, looks like there's piles there, in line with the tank pedestals, and then
why are they doing it? But why are they doing it this way?
Why are they doing it back here as well?
Never mind what I was about to say. What I was about to say, I started to say, I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. So never mind.
I don't know enough about construction to know. So
maybe it's for mounting the high pressure tanks underneath. For some reason, maybe they did it all the way along. We didn't. No, we did. No, they didn't do it along here, did they? No.
No, they use CFA piles under the main mounts for those tanks, and that's all they did. Last I saw. I don't know. That's an Alex or BJ question, or anyone else in here knows, but Alex left. So
Did I hear? Was that Zach earlier asking about Groundhog Day?
It's a
Yes.
CFA. It's a CFA rig just attached to the link crane. That's all it is.
I mean,
Oh,
if it
Yeah,
works,
that was
okay.
it
Zach, but he's not.
works.
Okay. Well, if it is still a CFA rig, I mean, I do see they got a pump, they got a concrete pump attached to it. I guess maybe they just don't have a full drill rig there. They just decided to do it a different way. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So they're putting piles in for something.
Maybe it was the size of the location.
CFA leader. Okay. Well, you know, I learn things. You learn things every day. And it's
Chopsticks.
from
Oh,
BJ. It is a CFA leader, and Caps is saying it's just the CFA rig attached to a crane. I guess I can see where the concrete pump is, concrete truck, and I see the line going up and a drill rig, and then is that just that it's just a drill rig attached to the crane, and then it's using the aux hook to move in the rebar cage, I guess. Okay, and I guess that's how they're doing the Slick 37 tank farm. You know, all right. Well, the more you learn.
The more
Well,
you know.
where are the
Right.
chopsticks?
They're up the top of the tower.
Oh, they are at the top. Okay, yeah, they got this.
No. They got removed off the tower. You didn't notice, Stephanie. They're vanished. They vanished. Yeah.
That's good to see them exercising them. Got to exercise your
Hey,
chopsticks from time to time.
I'm here to learn things too. So, or at least we all are. They got the braces for the couple of braces in between a bunch of the components in the ASU too. It's kind of cool. That is so much conduit in the ASU. Like, dear lord, it's a lot of conduit.
Keep pushing the wrong button.
Do you want conduit? Yes. That's what the ASU is.
Oh, it's a conduit farm, not an ASU.
It's a conduit farm.
ASU is the byproduct of conduit.
Yeah.
They did put a bracket there. Yeah. Wow,
Did
that's
it one there,
pretty
one
decent.
there. Just a couple of them there.
Pretty decent bracing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of has to if it's going to stand up to potential hurricane force winds.
Oh, they're getting these okay, that's that area they excavated last week. So they're putting all the conduits in that area. The main compressor runs.
Booster 18's aft now lives in the bottom of the transfer tube only.
Really? That's all.
Yeah, it's little stubby. Stephanie, if you look at 6797, down to the right of the forward, is that in there?
Look at that. So still don't have a look inside its top yet.
I was hoping to see inside B18 18's forward this week, but I guess not.
You got the work platforms there next to the RVAC spots on the thrust structure, new thrust tensor.
Yeah, and it's got the it's got it's got the platforms for the ship aft to sit on as well. I don't think it has the clamps yet. No, it's got the it might, or at least it's got the platform where the clamps sit on. I think all done. No actuators yet. And all the stanchions to put the work platforms in are installed though around it. You see all the little The supports for the work platforms on that thing are installed.
Oh, down here, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And maybe even the deck is in too, I think.
I think some of it might be.
This area, they've cleaned this little road, this little laneway up again. Maybe the scrapyard's going to move yet again.
Hey, they flipped the. They flipped
Ooh.
it.
So maybe they are legs after all. What the?
Is
I
that
was thinking.
is that Gigabase steel right there?
Where?
Right, down near where we think the right there. That Gigabase.
Yeah.
It looks like Gigabase steel. Yeah,
It does.
it
Yeah.
looks like top level. Because I think those are the bridge crane tabs.
Things.
I think those are the bridge crane tabs. Unless someone wants to
Hey,
correct
Steph,
me
go
on
back to
that.
that
I think those are the bridge crane tabs for that. So I don't know why they're there.
Nope.
BJ.
I know BJ
stand that's
sees
flipped
those.
over. Steph, go back to that real quick. So my thought was that it sits like that. Somehow they get the booster once it's down. They get the booster over it, then they roll that up into position so that it can support it, but it doesn't have to go all the way up and over it horizontal by
Yeah,
lifting by
the,
a crane or
Oh,
something.
okay. That is a confirmation from BJ. Those are the main crane arms. So
I mean, is that when you say that? You mean is that the actual part that moves back and forth, or the part that the crane rides on?
the rail will sit on. So this is like this is basically level 6. Quite it's more technically level 5 if I'm doing that thing in my head right. Yeah, no, they cut that last week, Ring. That's been there for like a week or so, but that's where the rail will sit on, and that should be the transfer aisle tabs for the transfer aisle bridge cranes, so for the 400 tonners. The idea is that there's 2 per transfer aisle, and they should be able to have access to every single work stand on that. So that's kind of I don't know why they're there though. It's kind of odd that they're over there, but it's kind of cool to see them showing up here.
have they added horizontals in here in a brace? Is that what's going on under there?
Looks
So
Or
like
is
it.
that shadows?
It looks like it.
On both sides, you can see it
Where's
better
the
on the other side,
shadow?
but it's attached to it.
I've got to
Oh,
say
there's the shadow of it.
I've got to say that B18 didn't look too hot anymore.
Wah, wah.
So that's the beam and that's the shadow of it. So that's not a shadow. That's actually some kind of brace or whatever. So, because there's what's confusing is the clevis thing's underneath. So, not sure why it's upside down.
You got 67, 68. You see the booster transport stand just sitting out right in front of the mega bay. There's still aerial. There's still lifts inside the bay, so that's why it's not in yet. So they're doing some final work on 19. Still a little bit of time for their closure. Closure's tonight, so.
What did you say? 67 what?
67, 68.
Oh, they can see it right
Or
down
even 67, 48 might be a better one. There's a little bit of cloud in the way, but yeah. You can see there's
I
still a
say
lift
they're
inside the bay. And then the transport stand's just kind of sitting off to the side, waiting to go in.
I see,
6902 also works.
they're busy trying to coax the booster out, saying, "You will go out for static fire testing. You will leave."
Yeah.
Oh, it's survived masses, so it should be right now. It should be getting its confidence up now. Oh, so we're getting some really good images in amongst all this. That's awesome.
Oh, here we go. 6934 shows that lift and the BTR better.
Oh yeah, that's way better. It's front side of the bay.
Yep.
I got to say, it does feel quite surreal that we are now probably very close to that booster finally going out for the testing at the pad. After all these months.
Here. If it rolls tonight, so it would get there on the 8th. It'd be the first flight. It'd be the first vehicle at the launch site in 147 days.
Man.
The last vehicle at the launch site was October 13th, 2025 during flight 11.
Oh, there's BJ.
Yep.
BJ's in chat. It worked. Whoever said his name 3 times before, it worked, but he's only in chat.
Do I have to say it 3 more times now?
He's been giving me info in the studio VC comments. I've been reading that to see, and then I forgot to have chat pulled up, but yeah, it's been helping me out. Yeah.
See if they. Oh, that's what you're talking about before. I see it.
Well, I'm thinking about it. What do you guys all think about those new white heat shield tiles that we're seeing?
They're tiles without the coating, is what it looks like.
Ah, so just tester tiles then.
Either they're dummy tiles, they're tiles without the coating, or they could be the debris mitigation stuff that could be on like HLS or other things. We don't really know. It does look like it's held on by adhesive because they're taped together, and it's definitely a different adhesive because in the past they've used red and blue. Now this stuff looks purple, so it looks like they might be testing a new adhesive. And these are also on the leeward side of the ship, so it's an experiment of some sort. That's what it looks like.
I did notice as well. There's
Sorry.
Go
ahead.
I noticed as well under the 2 different patches of the white tiles, there seem to be different materials under each patch.
Yeah, it looked like one was felt, one was ablative is what it looked like almost.
Yeah.
Plus, it looks like they didn't use pins at all either to attach
no
anything.
crunch wrap.
Yeah.
And no crunch wrap either. It looks like it was all adhesive and gap filler, or they were so closely together that. But if they are like, what was it, the MMOD tiles, like debris protection tiles, then they wouldn't need gap filler, really. You would just need to place them really close together. Or close enough together, but they can't be too close because the heat of the vehicle will still expand and contract, but it won't do that much if it's only HLS because HLS doesn't do a reentry and just stays out in space.
How are we flying? I'm coming over to masses now. Cool. Are we dropping in altitude? Yeah, we have to come right down to 3,500 feet. Staying on.
First Massey images are in.
Did they?
What were they staging? Oh, shit, now I've lost the photo. They were staging something on the new dirt near pad 1. Steel.
Wait, There's bunker steel, so the side GSE
No, right
bunker.
close. No, right close. Look, just right up close here. Oh, you can't see it on that image. Right up close to just below there, there's some steel. Just down here, there's a couple of piles of steel here, here, and here, and here. Hang on.
Yeah, I think that's what we're talking.
Yeah, it should be bunker steel and roof steel.
I don't think it is. Hang on.
7022 might have it right to the couple images. One more to the right. The wide shots. Same. Yeah, one of those
Maybe,
two might
yeah.
have it.
Yeah, down in here.
Oh.
Don't.
I know that's steel over there. It's like just a few piles here staged.
There's more rolls of geotextile.
Could be actually. I had it on image before. It was good. Wrong screen, Steph. They could be, I guess.
We got 3 new super chats in. Turtle Sanctuary coming in with 2 more $5 super chats. First one saying, just for the goal, I don't think B19's rolling tonight. And the second one says, don't be like Ryan, it's gonna roll. And then
I want it to roll because I want to see a booster on the pad so badly. It's
for those of you keeping track of it, 7233 through 7242 is Massey's way.
And we got Yazato with a $5 super chat saying 10 out of 10. So we hit our goal. Thanks so much, everybody.
Where's up to the concrete? About here, I'd say. Oh, the single lane up to there. Oh, single lane. Oh, nearly all the way through.
I wonder what those. Oh, I wonder if those are the SPMTs that have been screwing around with 39.1.
Well, they were further along last week. They were up the other end of Massey's Way last week. Where were they? They were right up near the highway. Is that?
They should be disconnecting S39 over the next couple of days too. So they moved 39 again and again and again, and it's back at the ship cryostand area. What in the actual are they doing with it?
Oh, is that concrete on Highway 4? Or just road base?
I think it's road. That's just road
yeah, I think it's just the base still. But they've been putting a lot of it down over the last couple of weeks.
So I see they've been doing some tests. The flaps have been moving a bit on the ship. Oh, look at this flaps forward now. So they'd be all hooked up and being tensioned already?
No, theirs are just, at least unless they've reconnected them, they've been disconnected, both flaps. And I would expect the chopstick sim to be disconnected today, if it isn't already. There's a roll from Massey's to the production site tonight, and as of right now, the only thing that makes sense to roll back is 39, because they're doing other things with 39.1. As far as I know, it's 39 that's rolling back tonight. It should be a double roll. Yeah, should be a double roll tonight with 39 and 19.
Where is 39.1?
Matt, people are saying Steph is a little quiet.
Yeah, I just adjusted it.
In YouTube. Okay, cool. Thank
you. He's quiet. I'm quiet because I keep turning my head away from the mic, sorry.
That'll do it too.
Oh, that was I'm good in Discord but quiet on stream. Okay, cool.
I haven't been keeping track of this, but the cylindrical object that rolled to Massey's some odd weeks ago, I think, is sitting next to the nose cone testing cage.
Got some additions to it. Yeah. No. Got some more add-ons. Don't know what, but it's got add-ons. Kind of need the high res stuff to really see what that is.
That was there last week, wasn't it?
On there?
Yeah, it was there last week.
The cone was there last week, but I don't think the add-ons were.
No, not the add-ons.
Yeah. My
And
point is, I
I,
gotta see what those are.
and I spy a new little ring there as well. At least I think it's a new one.
Which ring and where? There's like 10,000 rings over here.
The one.
Gonna have
Yeah,
to be
good
more
point.
specific than that.
It's right next to one of the Can Crusher caps.
You know,
What's
number
going on with
362.
39?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, yeah, that looks like a new ring. Maybe not. That might have been inside the Super Crusher? Question mark. Maybe.
Jake, I think for the first time I've just heard a collective eye roll from the ring watchers when you said that.
No comment.
You can see all the new additions to the Super Crusher there. I don't know; those look pretty spaced for gridfin testing, if I do say so myself.
1, 2, and 1 in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, they look 90 apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look like they're spaced for gridfin testing. Probably to put actuators on.
Can I see the third one? Where's the third one?
It's right behind. I think
it's like
just
right
about
behind
the edge of it. Yeah.
Go to 7279 or whatnot, or
So there was a
7280. Go to 7280. You can see all three just fine. Or 90 degrees.
that ring. I feel I've seen that ring before somewhere. Sorry, what number?
Go to like 7280.
Haven't got that one yet.
They're spaced 90 apart, and it's 18.3 is going to go in here. It looks like 18.3's got a new ring on the bottom of it, unless I misjudged the height when we looked at it last night. It looks like it's got a new ring, and then it'll have the 3-ring common, and then you'll have so it's got 5 plus 3, so you're talking 8 rings. Plus the hot stage, so that's like 11 almost. Or wait. No, it's like 10. And then you add kind of up to 12, give or take. So it would be more like 11 and a half, really, with the hot stage ring. So those two, plus the common, plus the forward with the new additional ring, you get about 11 and a half, which would perfectly fit inside the Can Crusher. And that's why they added the new extensions, so they can then put the crusher cap on with the actuators, because it would be a little bit taller than 18.3 if I did my math right there. I might have just sounded like an idiot, but I think I did my math right.
No comment.
Oh, there's heaps of stuff. There's heaps of stuff here stage. There's another ring there too. I'm wondering if that was the center ring we saw inside. You can see the adapter ring, I think, in there.
Well, that ring off to the left is that one that was sitting near the tent for a while. It's the bluish coloured ring. Or the one that looks similar to the in construction to the cone thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was that sitting over near the inventory tent for a while, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. So the other 2 rings are still in there. So this is an extra ring, looks like the 3 center engines. And there's this ring too, which is... We've seen that before, that ring. I think it was there last week.
My biggest question overall is, does this gridfin testing need to be completed before Flight 12? Because the biggest load regime those gridfins go under is during glide back. I am curious to see, because if it does, then they need to finish the Super Crusher, build that test tank and get it out there, and do that testing before the flight. Which means that you could have a booster waiting on this test data before they roll it out for flight. We'll see, though. I'd be curious.
So on a safety point of view, is that run that's within their flight path to if they don't do the test and something fails, that's as long as it's not too close to the coast, I guess. That would be within their corridor for a booster to break. Wouldn't be a problem, would it?
I mean, if all of a sudden the booster gets into air and on the glide back, and then it has an issue with the grid fin, like say the socket gets damaged and rips apart, and then the booster rips apart and explodes high and at a high altitude, that would vary. I wouldn't be surprised if that triggered a mishap investigation, which is the last thing SpaceX needs. They can't really afford to have to do an investigation and then try to fly the next one, because they then have to finish that investigation before they fly again, or they get a safety or they get a safety exemption because they say it wasn't ever really going to hurt anyone because there was it all landed in the debris zone. So there's a couple of ways that could happen. SpaceX has to weigh those issues, or weigh those risks, I should say. That's the word. English. Weigh the risks. I can't speak. Here we go. Yeah, blah, blah, I'm gonna leave. Blah, blah, blah. And whether or not they want to get the testing done before they fly. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. It's up to SpaceX to make that determination. Maybe they'll wait till, but maybe they considered it. Oh, we're not going to. We can take the risk with 19. As long as ascent works, we're fine with 19 blowing up on coming back, or having issues coming back if that ends up happening. But 20, they can't. But there's also the thing that if 19 has issues on the way back, they really can't risk the pad with 20. At that point, you then need to try to do a soft splashdown with 20 rather than risk the pad. So it pushes catching a booster and reusing a booster ahead. So you also have to weigh that risk as well on getting reuse started, because if they want to get flights in this year, they have to be reusing boosters. That's period. They have to be reusing boosters to get first flight rate up. So they have to weigh the risks.
And speaking of boosters, thoughts on the proposed grid fin testing tester to be put onto the booster stand now?
That is, if it is a grid fin tester. I don't really know what it is. If you're talking about the thing in Sanchez.
Yep.
It is.
Now that we see some things being added onto that booster test cage that look like they could be for grid fin testing.
Those are also missing now in Sanchez, so.
Yeah, I think these truss pieces getting added to this cage is, they're just going to add actuators to this, and the actuators are going to stick into the grid fin sockets. I think it's kind of what they're going to do, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I am wrong often, so, you know.
50-50.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you mean those three things over here are missing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little test cage thing's still there.
Oh, the black thing, yeah, because there's two things going on. There's grid pin socket testing, and then there's grid pin actuator sort of axle testing. This other cage is the other half of the testing for grid pins. Where is it? You know what I mean? The black cage thing. It's just here somewhere. It's a bit tricky with these low res, but there it is. It's a bit tricky with these lower res photos. Yeah, this sort of tests the hardware, the actual grid pin actuator, I think, and its bearings and that on the grid pin side of things. Whereas the other testing at Massey's, and that's going to be testing the actual sockets and the mounting actually on the booster side. Well, that's an educated guess anyway. So, did they arrive at Massey's, those 3 pieces that Ringrat's talking about?
I'm trying to look for them, but I cannot find them.
I don't think they're at Massey's. They're somewhere.
They're somewhere.
Yeah.
We got a question from Drew Nar also for you, Ryan. Asks, doesn't the booster use the grid fins to increase the angle of attack to enhance the downrange distance? So if the fins fail, it'll fail short or fall short?
Yeah. And if one fin fails that or like rips off or something, you're gonna lose control of that booster. Like if all of a sudden you would have a fin rip off or have some damage to it, that booster's gonna go off course, and if it starts spinning out of control or it rolls in the wrong direction or should I say like kind of moves in the wrong direction, it might rip the booster to pieces. I don't know. Block 3 is a lot stronger than Block 2 boosters, so it may survive, but it falls short into the Gulf too. The last thing you want is for it to fail and then it glides back and slams into the beach. But
And a big thanks to Space Watcher for a $5 super chat, saying a little help for the fuel costs. Thanks for all you do.
Oh, it's been awesome support from chat today. Good on you. Really appreciate it. Helps us bring these photos every week. So really very much appreciate it. Very much. Thank you. So they brought the ship aft over here as well from near 39.1. So I guess it's gonna get used to get on one of those. We're thinking in a super crusher, aren't we? For the new 18.3.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Someone's in chat saying Ryan's prediction was a June launch is getting more and more realistic.
this funny thing is I said that once, and that was right after 18 sneezed its guts out. Because it was like at the time they had no other booster. They had never had a history of ever building a booster quick. So that's why I said June at the time, because there was so much stuff they still had to do. I mean, here we are in March and we're still at least 4 to 6 weeks away. I'm still thinking mid-April. The other thing is if they run into static fire problems, like if they roll ship out, static fire, and then have to replace engines and then roll it back out again, it's another week or two they gotta waste. Not to mention if they run into issues with full stack testing, or there's a lot of different places they can still run into problems and have delays.
Yeah, I was going to say they could have a GSE issue that they're not even thinking about that when they're tanking it, and this is testing for that too. We haven't used that stuff yet.
I mean, any issue could prop up when anytime you're using new systems in conjunction together. Any issues are always easily could pop up, and they could easily have this delay into May without a doubt. They could have this delay into May without any issue. I don't know if they delay enough into June. That would probably be like damage to a vehicle or damage to infrastructure in order to make it delayed into June. Like if something happened to 39, they had to switch to 40. Although if they had to do that, that might be a delay into July, because then they'd have to fix whatever happened. So the hope is that doesn't happen. But I mean, we'll see. I think mid-April, assuming everything goes well. If not, it'll get pushed into May.
Yeah, the grid pins. The grid pins are the catch pins now, aren't they? Sorry, the grid pins are the catch pins now, aren't they?
Yep. So as we all know, it'll be April 20th because reasons.
So Elon said 4 weeks again. But it's been 6 weeks since you said 6 weeks, so he's still being, what do you call it, optimistic. Someone's saying March 20th. Well, that's only in a few days, isn't it? No, April 20. Well, April 20 would be kind of funny. I guess that's one of his popular memes, isn't it?
It's when the first flight was, too.
Booster 4, ship 20, yeah. As well. Where I haven't looked at the flight. So what's going on with the flight video? What's going on there?
Yeah, we lost the video again.
It's on the way back. It always does on the way back. We're going fast, are we? 80 knots, yeah, we're going too fast. Well, yeah, you said 87 knots, didn't you? Oh.
87 is the max, but I think since they sent us that email, they've probably put some kind of a limit or throttle on us, which would be my guess.
Okay. Well, we're still managing to get images through, so that's the main thing. Let's do one last update then, and this will be the last. So it looks like they've disconnected the aft flaps on ships. The cables on the aft flaps are 39.
Yeah, they were disconnected sometime throughout the week.
Yeah, there were a couple of different boat pictures from the Rio Grande, and both the forward and aft flaps are disconnected. The only thing that's left to disconnect and move out of the way is the chopstick sims, and if they're going to make the rollback window, they got to do that sometime during the day today. I don't know when.
They've still got their actuator hooked up by look at that photo.
Yeah, I think that's just what it should be a single bolt to disconnect the cable from the actuator on both sides, and then they just got to move them out of the way and roll the ship away. So that shouldn't take too long to do.
No, that's just a pin. Yeah, a couple of pins. Probably get rid of that, and then they've just got to bring the chain. Or is that a person? No, and then pull those chain hoists back, and that's Bob's your uncle. So it did a couple of cryos. Did it actually filled it up with cryogenic fluid? Did they?
Yep, they did 3 full cryos on it, and they did some other testing here and there, and they did an ambient as well. So,
would they have loaded methane onto it, or just nitrogen in the methane tank?
What?
Would they have put methane in the methane tank, or just nitrogen?
The methane tank farm never woke up while it was there.
Okay, cool. Well, that answers that question.
They never did any, as far as I could tell, they never did any methane loading. It was all inland 2 and locks, which means that they'll commission the methane tank farm when it rolls back out for static fire testing, whenever that is.
Oh, there's a better. Yeah, did you zoom in on this picture, perhaps? All right. Well, then we're almost back on the ground. Yeah. Coming in on finals. Awesome. So we've got another awesome set of photos for the weekend live stream and for the weekly video update. Yes, I saw. The photo. There was a couple of photos showed those previously installed rings are still in the bottom of the super crusher. Plus, there's these couple extra rings floating around now outside. But everything we speculate is based on everything going 100% next launch. Yeah. I mean, it's also like Ryan just said, depending on the static fire and the GSC testing and all that. Okay, we're getting. Are we allowed to mention that, Matt, about the Starlink?
We can. Yep.
So we're getting notifications with the Starlink. Oh, there's the heat shield stuff. Oh, so Starship Gazer, make sure you go and follow Starship Gazer over on X. It's really well and truly worth following as well. Another very popular creator. He's very well and truly worth following and giving a bit of support to. So we're getting notifications from Starlink. We're getting alerts. Starlink are getting alerts indicating it's moving too fast for your service plan. So roam. So we've got residential, stationary, like I have here. Roam up to 100 mile an hour or 160 kilometers an hour. And then you got to go to the aviation, which gives you up to 300 mile an hour.
Yep, which pops the service from $50 a month to $250 per month.
Oh, so all you got to do is slow down, reduce your speed below the limit. To resume your service, reduce your speed below the limit for your plan. So we're not getting kicked off, they're just telling us to slow down.
Yeah, but he did try that today, so, and he just got that email. So they're just not happy.
Well, that concludes the actual flight part of the flight today. So the next show will be in a few hours. We'll have the show and tell for Patreon members. And we'll have a look at all these photos in high res detail. And go down a few rabbit holes, I imagine, as we normally do. Hopefully we get BJ and Alex back in the stream for that. It's hard sometimes with talking because sometimes nobody's talking and all of a sudden I go to say something and other people are talking. What am I on? I'm on a 200 millisecond delay. So rather than persisting more with these low-res photos, everyone on Patreon now has all these low-res images. Matt, what say we finish the stream here and then wait till we see the high-res images to continue looking at these photos?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, then. So once again, wow, it's nearly 250 in chat today. Awesome stuff. Actually, I might just spend another 15 minutes here just having a quick look around. So in chat, is there anywhere in particular you want to have a look at? So we've sort of gone over masses a bit. Let's go back over to the launch site.
So if you want to take a look at 7274, it's got a pretty decent picture of that small little ring section with the extensions off the top of it.
Oh, is that the one they're looking at? Yeah, I can't really zoom in that much without downloading them. Next flyover in a hot air balloon. Maybe. Can we rent the Goodyear blimp? Maybe.
Maybe that Blackhawk we saw earlier.
Oh, that'd be expensive rent. That'd be a very expensive hire.
Just a bit.
Let's just buy a UH-60. What is a UH-60?
A few mil. A few lazy mil.
5.9 million per unit cost of the UH-60L.
Psh, chump change.
Is that brand new or is that second hand?
That might be second hand.
Imagine it's a
brand
second-hand
spanking new UH-60M is between 17 and 20 million dollars per unit.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah, used and refurbed is 5.5. Brand new is about 20. It's about 3,000. It's about it's like $4,000 per flight hour for operating costs. That's doable, isn't it? That's doable,
That's
right?
pocket change.
That's pocket change.
You're allowed to buy them privately these days too, I understand.
See, Mauricio wouldn't have to hold the camera. You could mount the camera on the stand on the Army version that where you would mount like a machine gun or like a minigun on the side. Just mount the camera right there.
Yeah, under the front, there's a mount.
Special Forces helicopters, Seahawks you can deploy torpedoes from, Stealth Hawks, what they've called them too. with like a stealth coating on it. Make it harder to detect with radar.
Oh, there you go. I thought it had I thought it had a mount under the front too. Okay, cool. Is the Blackhawks have the ball on top too? Do they? Is it the Blackhawks that have that?
I don't think there's any that have the radar. That's more the UH6. I know the AH-64 has it, and the AH-1 Cobra or Viper, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna stop guessing about helicopters now. Now this pipe I'm really curious about. Is it hooked up over here? No, it's still not hooked up yet. So not quite ready to send fluids up to the QD arm quite yet. Still.
See here, how many they've built? They built like 5,000 5,000 of these. Yeah, you got the Seahawk, which can deploy a thing. You got the Pave Hawk, the Jayhawk, which is Coast Guard, and then there's like the Mitsubishi H60, which is built by Japan and built by Sikorsky and Mitsubishi Heavy Industry. Yeah, there's a bunch of different Blackhawks.
How's that little strip of
right.
the ASU looking?
Let me see an image just quickly. Let's see if that's geotextile steel. It's more than likely geotex, I guess, considering where it is, because all the steel sheet piles are all around here. So they're making good headway through with the second row of sheet piles.
I noticed they seem to have started breaking up the perimeter, concrete on the perimeter as well. Yeah.
Yep. She'll all be one site very soon. Yeah, down here you can see a bit of concrete coming out, and so is that wall still there? They've still got that wall down there. Let me get a quick look for that. Where's an image of that? I want to go further up. There'll be an image just here somewhere. There's not. Oh, that wall's still there.
It's going to stay there as a monument.
Yeah. Gateway to Mars. What's going on with this? Is this a trench or a footing? What's going on? Could it be a trench for the commodities from ASU or what?
Well, I'm seeing two different trenches there.
Ah, two different trenches. Let's have a close look at that with the high res stuff later on. So in chat, there's a lot of members and Patreon members in chat. So yeah, we'll have our show and tell a bit later on. So we might wrap that up then. So thanks everybody for joining us today. There's about 250 odd in chat today, which is awesome numbers, and the support was awesome. So really appreciate that. And Patreon's over here in Discord. Thank you very much for joining us today and your continued support. And I might let Matt do the sign off.
Sounds good. Yeah, big thanks for everybody joining in the chat and for all the great people in Discord. Ring Wraith, Ryan Weber, Todd, Jake, Josh, Alex, Steph, everybody. Everybody's been putting in some really good info this week, so we really appreciate it. So with that, we will be ending this stream, but for those of you on Discord, our Patreon members and YouTube members, we will be doing the show and tell a little bit later, probably around 6 or 7 p.m. Central. Of course, we will put that up in Patreon Lounge as soon as we know the exact time. And for everyone else, we will have our normal weekly show tomorrow at noon Central Time. So we will see you guys later. Love, peace, and chopstick rail grease.